I'm HBA. Today's topic is palm mute tips and tricks. So what's that? That's palm muting, not the bending at the end, but these runs here. Let's hear a real sound. Very cool stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. You can see it from the easy way or from the hard way, but however you use palm mute stuff, it's a cool addition to your playing technique and your expression, and a very important one, by the way. And so let's talk about it. Good, so when you want to get into palm muted technique, we need to understand what happens. It's a technique, especially with the right hand, where you stay in position. You have a position where the tone is muted a little bit, so your position of the hand is very important. It has to be stable somewhere here, and this part of the hand is on the string somewhere here on the string, or all of them. And you more or less stay in position when you play runs. Now, you can first practice palm muted stuff like you mostly use palm muted stuff on the low 3 strings. So this position is enough if you only want to play on the low 3 strings. I'm playing the A minor pentatonic here, just down and up. Or you better use the blues scale, because I'm going to talk about it later in detail. If you have that additional note, you can make repeating patterns, and that works pretty well. So first thing is just that you play. And now if you want to play palm muted till the highest, to the high E string, then you have to follow a little bit with your hand, otherwise it's not possible. So you have followed a little bit with the hand, and that's the basic technique of palm muted runs. And you have to play somehow either out of your wrist, or what I mostly do, I do circle picking here like this. So my hand doesn't move at all, just do with the circle picking. The circle picking, it's like this. When I show it, it looks a little bit disgusting. It's like when people talk about money and they make this. I hate this gesture, really. Ugh. It's the same thing. Circle picking. I just noticed now, the same thing. Terrible. But it's a cool technique, circle picking, anyway. So, palm muted stuff doesn't have to be fast, but has to be in time. What that does mean? Mostly palm muted runs are played in 16 notes. That means 4 per beat. So if this is the tempo, daga, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now if you want to practice this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, then you practice 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And now you see now the problem. Now when you come back here, I just played on the low E string, the low 3 strings. Then we end up here on the thirds, 16, but we have to end up here on the first. So when we have the additional note, the blue note, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we are back on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And now, if you want to really make it sound cool, you have to attack the first one a little bit harder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Or you even can add pinch harmonic in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I exaggerate a little bit. And also when you play palm muted runs, also when you stop them, you should add a harmonic. Something like this, so I don't know. Something like this. Now once you have it together, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can try it with a track. 1, 2, 3, 4. well. Now you have noticed that now the 16 are a little bit fast, and that's the point on palm muted drums. They're mostly somehow, they're not really slow. But you can keep it easy or can make it harder. And let's first talk about the easy stuff. So easy stuff are repeating patterns which are not really demanding, something like this here. Still A minor pentatonic, but now we move in position 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. This is a cool repeating pattern, and again we have the kind of an approach, not a between, that the motive itself starts always on 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the easiest one. And also now I play without delay. If you have delay on it, then it really gets this machine gun effect, which we want. See? That's the main thing. Now, this is the easiest one. 3, 5, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. Very easy one. Now with the same method, we can take it higher. Or we don't do a repeating thing, we do something like this. Now, when we have a palm muted run and we don't repeat it, we want to stop somewhere on the first one and stop with a harmonic. So now here comes a trick. We want to stop here on the G string on the 5th. Now we count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need 2 additional notes in between. We have the blue note and the bebop note, which doesn't really belong to rock, but the bebop note, this one here in the 6th, works pretty well here. And then you stay in position, and then when this note comes, go for the harmonic. And when you practice, always in timing, taka 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 taka. Very cool. Now we in Now I just played them one after each other. Now we're going for the big runs, the long meter runs. Now the blues scale is very important, because when we play the blues scale, we always, when we come back from the root note, we play from root note to root note, the root note is always the 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go even up here, so 1. And always play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go up here in the, I don't know what that is, 17th, or we stay here on the 12th. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter. Or you just stop here at the 10th on the root note. And the trick is we play the blues scale. We do that fingering upwards. You can stop here, and when we go down, same way down, but from now on, just go here. And it resolves perfectly on the 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when we go and play in timing, oops, I missed it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're cool. Now we are really cool. We can do palm muted runs. Now when do we use palm muted runs in the normal soloing? That's very simple. Any time you like. But when is the most preferred time you should like it? It's a very cool additional when you like play easy bending stuffs. I mean, you can make your life easy in soloing, or you can make it hard. Now, we always try to make our life easy. So we play some normal stuff here in the higher position, and then we want to add a run to highlight it or make another kind of expression. That's something like this. And now the really smart ones among you notice the second thing we can do it when we want to connect positions. So we play in a low position, something. Now we want to jump up here. You can either jump directly or you use the run to make the connection. And that's how it works. Good, so these were the main technical information about palm muted drums. Maybe, I don't know, what I always do is I add kind of an emotional connection between what I play and what I want to express. And for me, palm muted drums are kind of a really coming firm and going for something. Like if you want to play and you say, I want to go from here to there, then I use stuff like this. I don't think about the run too much. I just think, okay, I want to go from here to there, and with a lot of determination. And that's my method, and I really want to encourage you also to find out which kind of emotion for you a palm muted run means, and then try to use it when you feel it's time for that, because there's no way you can say, okay, now you play palm muted run, or you don't play it. I mean, if I play anything and I play, I know, easy stuff, I want to go I want to come with determination, say, yeah, I'm here, I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, that's really a personal thing, how you want to go into the emotions when you do a soloing. But that's the main thing when it comes to improvisation. I cannot tell you play like in bar 8 you have to play that. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all, because then it's not an improvisation. Then it's more interpretation. But we are learning improvisation here, and in improvisation we want to go for emotions, and we want to try to express emotions during an improvisation. And palm muted runs are a good way to, I don't know, to say, yeah, here I go for this, and something like that, to give it a more extreme touch. That's for me, it's that. What is for you is up to you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and we see us some other time here at hbcrazy.com. Was that right? Yeah. Okay, see ya.